Hi there, Troy Parsons from the Hive. Now, I've had the good fortune of working with hundreds of practices across the UK, New Zealand and Australia over the last 5 or 6 years. And something that comes up very early when we start working with people is the owner or the primary practitioner are so busy and they really want to hire someone else, but they're worried that they don't have enough patients to do so. So we often start to work through a little model which, when it was shown to me, really kind of opened my eyes to, I can probably hire a lot earlier than I thought I would be able to. And so I'll use an example now, and it's an example where a lot of business owners want to start with hiring someone part-time. So let's just say they're coming in, they're doing 2.5 days a week, so about a 50% load. We're going to use this example as perhaps paying a new grad a very good wage. So an annual wage, including pension, including your insurances, might be £30,000, which I know is a lot for a new grad, but we'll use that as an example. So if we got that person 50% prorated back, we're looking at say £15,000 a year. So we've got our new grad working a couple of days a week, and they're getting £15,000, including pension, including superannuation. We now want to divide this by 46 weeks. 46 weeks because we're going to take away 4 weeks for our public holidays, etc. An extra 2 weeks to account for bank holidays, sick leave, or whatever might pop up. So we're going to divide this by 46 weeks. Now this particular practice, their average pound sale is about £45. So when we do that maths, we've got £15,000 inclusive, divide by 46 weeks, divide by £45, means this practitioner needs to see needs to see 7 patients per week to pay for themselves. So £15,000 a year, a couple of days a week, they're only going to see 7 patients, which of course is 1.5 per day. Now those of you who are out there thinking about, I'd love to hire a practitioner, but I'm too afraid to do so, I'm not sure I've got enough patients, I guarantee you would have 1.5 patients that would be able to cover having that practitioner in working with you. The other thing too is that they don't need to be busy all the time. If they're at least covering themselves, they're seeing those 2 patients a day, the rest of their time they're in working with you or other team members in your clinic, upskilling, immersion, being your extra pair of hands, doing your notes and really starting to learn so we can start to grow and nurture and bring up to speed these new graduates, which I think as experienced practitioners, we have an obligation to do so, to look back, to give back to our respective professions. So I think it's an absolutely great option. The other thing to consider too is if it's only 1.5 patients per day to pay for this practitioner, why not hire them full time? And I challenge people around this because when people are part-time, if they're doing 50% with you and 50% elsewhere, you're not even just getting 50% of their attention, interest and buy-in. I think you're actually getting far less than that. Because there's that saying, look, you can't ride 2 horses with one backside. And that's particularly important. You may have someone working a couple of days for you, they might be working the NHS a couple of days, or maybe they've got a nursing home or home visit business they're doing on the side. This is going to take a heck of a lot of their attention, and it's going to really inhibit you from building the culture and the team and the business that you envisage. So my challenge to a lot of people is actually look at what would be worth to hire that person full time and have them totally immersed and 100% bought into your practice, your vision, your values, and look for what you're looking to create. So straight away we can go from 15,000. This now becomes £30,000 per year. We still divide this by 46 weeks. We still divide this by £45, and all of a sudden this now becomes, I think it works out to be about 14.5 patients per week, or 3 patients per day. So a new graduate full-time in your practice, average pound sale of 45, they only need to see 3 patients a day to pay for themselves. What would that resource be worth to your practice? Now it's something really I challenge you all to pause and think about, because when I actually run through this, I'm going, can I afford to hire someone? I actually can't afford not to. And so when that person comes in with me and they're seeing their 3 patients a day, or 4 or 5, the other 10 patients a day, they're in with me. They're in with our more experienced team members, and we're bringing them up to speed through pure immersion. Over that time, they build likability and trust with the patients, which makes it a lot easier to transfer patients across to your new practitioner over time. And this allows you to start to leverage yourself and create a business that's no longer dependent on you as the business owner. So my question is, can you afford to hire a full-time practitioner? Or can you afford not to?